Many books that are world famous now were unknown or critical failures when they were published. The Shortest Temper is one of those books. Why do you think it might have received a negative reaction at first? Anyone? No? Perhaps the biggest reason it was so poorly received at first was because of how different it was. And it was different in three main ways. First, it allowed us to sympathize with the bad guy. David, the villain of the story, has very understandable reasons for his actions. As an audience, we're almost hoping he'll win. Second, there isn't really a good guy in the story. The villain is kind of the main character, but we can't say he's the hero. And third, the story doesn't really have a climax. The whole book feels like a slow build-up, but then nothing really happens by the end. As time went on, though, people started to see that the book was way ahead of its time, and it started to become more and more popular. It went against what we expect a typical novel should be like, and changed the way we think about characters. Most experts agree that the book's not intended to be a conventional story, but rather a commentary on the real world and the human condition, the constant battle between good and evil. In the story, the evil is clearly defined, but the good is ambiguous. We're not sure who the hero is, or when he or she will come along. And if you finished reading the book, you'll know that a hero never does appear. Why do you think the author designed the characters that way? Some people say that the author wants us to see that the hero is in us, the readers. He will not create a hero to come along and solve the problem. He's waiting for the readers to create the hero within themselves, to stand up and resolve the main conflict. And the conflict in the story is a metaphor for war, poverty, racism, whatever issue it is that you're hoping will work itself out on its own. Now, if you'll turn to page 50 in your textbooks,